I was hurt the most. Nobody felt who I felt.
Like, I feel like shit. Like, I'm not ever trying to put my hands on any female.
He made that.
Rihanna and Chris Brown. The shocking truth behind their toxic love story. Before we dive into one of Hollywood's most controversial love stories, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because Celebrity Program TV brings you the most explosive celebrity secrets that mainstream media won't tell you. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The entertainment world was rocked recently when Chris Brown made headlines yet again, this time for his provocative on-stage performance with Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole, during his Los Angeles concert stop. The seductive lap dance performance sent social media into a frenzy, with videos going viral within hours. But this latest controversy is just another chapter in Chris Brown's tumultuous public life, a life that was forever changed by one fateful night in 2009 that shocked the world and destroyed what many considered Hollywood's most powerful young couple. What you're about to hear will expose the dark reality behind the glamorous facade of celebrity romance, revealing how love can turn into a nightmare that haunts both perpetrator and victim for years to come. This is the untold story of Rihanna and Chris Brown, a tale of young love, devastating violence, and the complicated journey of forgiveness and heartbreak that followed. It all began innocently enough in 2004, when two teenage superstars crossed paths at a performance that would change their lives forever. Rihanna, just 16 years old, and Chris Brown, only 15, met as rising stars in the music industry. What started as a professional acquaintance slowly blossomed into friendship, and their undeniable chemistry became impossible to ignore. The world watched as these two incredibly talented young artists grew closer, their connection deepening with each public appearance and collaboration. The turning point came after Rihanna's massive Grammy win for her hit song Umbrella. The collaboration that followed between Chris and Rihanna ignited rumors that spread like wildfire throughout Hollywood. Their incredible on-stage chemistry and off-stage interactions had fans and media outlets speculating about a possible romance. Initially, both artists played coy, neither confirming nor denying the persistent rumors that surrounded them. But the attraction was undeniable, and eventually, they could no longer hide their feelings from the world. When they finally went public with their relationship, Rihanna and Chris Brown instantly became Hollywood's ultimate power couple. They were young, talented, beautiful, and seemingly unstoppable. Fans adored their fairy tale romance, and the entertainment industry celebrated them as the perfect match. Red carpet appearances showcased their undeniable chemistry, and their social media posts gave fans glimpses into what appeared to be a passionate, loving relationship. They represented everything that young love should be: dynamic, exciting, and full of promise for the future. But behind the glittering facade of celebrity romance, darker forces were at work. The pressures of fame, the intensity of their schedules, and the scrutiny of constant media attention began to take their toll on the young couple. What the public didn't see were the arguments, the jealousy, and the growing tension that was building between them. The perfect love story that millions of fans believed in was slowly cracking under the weight of reality. Don't forget to subscribe to Celebrity Program TV because what happens next will shock you to your core and reveal the devastating truth that changed everything. February 8, 2009, is a date that will forever be etched in entertainment history as one of the darkest moments in celebrity culture. Chris Brown and Rihanna were scheduled to perform at the Grammy Awards, one of the most prestigious nights in music. Fans were eagerly anticipating their performances, expecting another glamorous night from Hollywood's favorite couple. But instead of taking the stage, both artists mysteriously canceled their much-anticipated appearances, leaving the audience and millions of viewers worldwide wondering what had happened. The truth that emerged was more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. The night before the Grammys, Chris Brown had physically assaulted Rihanna in a violent altercation that left the superstar with multiple bruises, a swollen face, and injuries that required immediate medical attention. The details that eventually came to light painted a picture of brutal domestic violence that shattered the illusion of their perfect relationship. Hospital photos that later surfaced online showed the devastating extent of Rihanna's injuries. The images revealed a young woman with a battered face, black eyes, and visible bruising that told the horrific story of what had transpired that night. These photographs became some of the most shocking and disturbing images in celebrity history, serving as a stark reminder that domestic violence knows no boundaries, affecting even the most successful and seemingly powerful women in the world. The aftermath was swift and decisive. Chris Brown was arrested and faced serious legal consequences for his actions. He eventually entered a guilty plea to felony assault charges, a decision that would forever alter the trajectory of his career and public image. The court sentenced him to 5 years of probation, community service, and mandatory domestic violence counseling. Additionally, a restraining order was issued, requiring Chris to stay at least 50 yards away from Rihanna, a legal barrier that symbolized the complete destruction of their once celebrated relationship. The incident sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry and sparked important conversations about domestic violence, particularly within celebrity culture. Fans struggled to reconcile the Chris Brown they thought they knew with the reality of his actions. The music industry faced difficult questions about how to handle artists who commit such serious crimes, and the incident became a catalyst for broader discussions about accountability and consequences in Hollywood. Make sure you're subscribed because this story takes an even more shocking turn that nobody saw coming. Years passed, and both artists attempted to rebuild their lives and careers. Chris Brown underwent court-mandated counseling and publicly expressed remorse for his actions, though many questioned the sincerity of his apologies. Rihanna, meanwhile, channeled her pain and experience into her music, creating some of her most powerful and emotionally raw songs. The incident had changed both of them irrevocably, and the world watched as they navigated their separate paths forward. But in 2012, something happened that stunned fans and critics alike. Against all expectations and despite the warnings of friends, family, and advisors, Rihanna and Chris Brown rekindled their romantic relationship. The decision was met with widespread controversy and concern from fans who worried about Rihanna's safety and well-being. Many couldn't understand how she could return to someone who had hurt her so severely, while others argued that forgiveness and second chances were her choice to make. During a candid interview with Oprah Winfrey, Rihanna opened her heart and revealed the depth of her feelings for Chris Brown. With vulnerability that was both admirable and concerning, she described him as the love of her life, explaining that their connection was so deep that she couldn't simply turn off her feelings. Her words were heartbreaking in their honesty, revealing a young woman still deeply in love despite the trauma she had endured. "That's it, we've rebuilt our trust," Rihanna told Oprah during the emotional interview. "We love each other and will probably always feel that way. We're not going to attempt to change that. It's not something you can turn off if you've ever been in love." Her words revealed the complex nature of abusive relationships and the difficulty many victims face in breaking free from their abusers, even when they recognize the danger. Rihanna also revealed that she had forgiven Chris Brown and had even requested that the restraining order be lifted. She spoke openly about the anger and resentment she had harbored, admitting that holding on to those negative emotions had been poisoning her own healing process. She explained how her pain had influenced her music and even her fashion choices during that dark period, with everything in her life reflecting the somber mood that had consumed her. The reconciliation was complicated and fraught with challenges from the very beginning. Both artists were still young, still dealing with the trauma of their past, and still navigating the intense pressures of their careers. The public scrutiny was relentless, with every appearance together analyzed and criticized. Many fans and industry professionals expressed concern about the message their reconciliation might send to young people, particularly those in abusive relationships. But if you think you know how this story ends, think again. Hit that subscribe button because Celebrity Program TV is about to reveal the final twist that broke their hearts forever. As their rekindled relationship progressed, it became clear that Rihanna and Chris Brown wanted very different things from their future together. Sources close to the couple revealed that Rihanna was ready to take their relationship to the next level. She was reportedly eager to start a family with Chris, envisioning a future where they could move past their troubled history and build something beautiful together. Her desire for commitment and stability was understandable, given everything they had been through together. However, Chris Brown had very different ideas about their future. Despite their reconciliation and his public declarations of love, He wasn't ready for the level of commitment that Rihanna was seeking. The age factor played a significant role in his hesitation, as both artists were still in their early 20s and dealing with the demands of their rapidly evolving careers. The final blow came during Chris Brown's appearance on the Kyle and Jackie O radio program, where he made comments that would ultimately end their relationship once and for all. In an interview that would prove to be devastating for Rihanna, Chris openly discussed his reluctance to make serious commitments, particularly regarding marriage and starting a family. His words were casual and dismissive, seemingly unaware of the impact they would have on the woman he claimed to love. "She's still a little kid at the end of the day," Chris said during the radio interview, his words cutting deep into the heart of their relationship. "I can't really concentrate on getting married to someone that young, especially since I'm young too. I simply need to move forward, act like a man, and strive to be the best Chris Brown I can be, rather than dwelling on anyone else. It will be in my side pocket." These words were like a knife through Rihanna's heart. After everything they had been through together, after her decision to forgive him and give their love another chance, Chris had essentially dismissed their relationship as something he could put in his side pocket. The interview revealed that while Rihanna was planning a future with him, Chris was still treating their relationship as something casual and temporary. The impact of Chris's words was immediate and devastating. Rihanna realized that despite their reconciliation, despite her forgiveness, and despite their shared history, they fundamentally wanted different things from life. She had been ready to build a life with him, to start a family and create the stability that had been missing from their turbulent relationship. But Chris's public dismissal of their future together made it clear that he wasn't on the same page. The heartbreak was overwhelming for Rihanna, who had already invested so much emotionally in their relationship. She had taken enormous risks by reconciling with Chris, facing criticism from fans, friends, and the media. She had opened her heart again to someone who had hurt her deeply, only to discover that he wasn't as committed to their future as she was. In 2017, Chris Brown offered his perspective on their relationship in his documentary, Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life. His reflections revealed the complexity of their situation and his own struggles with the aftermath of their violent encounter. "I completely lost faith in her," Chris admitted in the documentary. "She despised me after that. I made every effort, but she didn't care. She simply didn't trust me after that. After that, things just went downhill since there were so many arguments, some of them physical. Mutual sides." His words revealed the toxic cycle that had defined their relationship even after their reconciliation. Despite their attempts to rebuild trust and move forward, the foundation of their relationship had been irreparably damaged by that night in 2009. The violence that had torn them apart initially continued to poison their interactions, creating a pattern of arguments and conflict that made a healthy relationship impossible. The final breakup was inevitable, given the fundamental differences in their goals and the unresolved trauma that continued to affect both of them. After Chris's radio interview made his true feelings clear, the couple went their separate ways, this time for good. The fairy tale reunion that some fans had hoped for came to a definitive end, leaving both artists to continue their journeys independently. The story of Rihanna and Chris Brown serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of domestic violence and the challenges faced by survivors. It highlights how love and abuse can coexist in toxic relationships, and how difficult it can be for victims to break free from their abusers, even when they recognize the danger. Their story also demonstrates the importance of having different life goals and the impossibility of building a healthy relationship on a foundation of violence and mistrust. Years have passed since their final breakup, and both artists have moved on with their lives. Rihanna has found success not only in music but also in business, building a billion-dollar empire with her Fenty brands and eventually starting a family with A$AP Rocky. Chris Brown has continued his music career, though his reputation has never fully recovered from the events of 2009. Their story remains one of the most cautionary tales in modern celebrity culture, a reminder that fame and fortune cannot protect anyone from the devastating effects of domestic violence. The legacy of their relationship continues to influence discussions about celebrity accountability, domestic violence awareness, and the complex dynamics of toxic relationships. Their story has become a case study in how society responds to domestic violence, particularly when it involves beloved public figures. It has also highlighted the need for better support systems for survivors and the importance of taking domestic violence seriously, regardless of the social status of those involved. This shocking story proves that even Hollywood's most glamorous couples can hide the darkest secrets. Make sure you're subscribed to Celebrity Program TV because we're bringing you more explosive celebrity revelations that will leave you speechless. Hit that notification bell and let us know in the comments what celebrity story you want us to investigate next. Until next time, keep watching for the truth behind the headlines.